All right, so this is a suggestion via Discord. The name of the video is New York City Migrant Debit Card Program will lead to more migration. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Hey, do you see this? This is free money on a card. If you come here, you can have it. Yeah. If you listen to what the overwhelming majority of people are saying, they're saying that they're coming here for economic reasons. So if you say you're going to give a debit card to everyone that comes, they're going to come for the free money, bro. It's absolutely silly, but either way, let's go and check this out. Let's go and jump into this immediately. What kind of question is that?
So we begin with your business not being done. Just hours ago, the U.S. Border Patrol Union endorsed the Senate's immigration, which, remember, is a bipartisan bill, saying you should pass this. Why? Because it's perfect. Of course not. Of course not. What they say gets it right. The union says it is far better than the current status quo. What does that mean? Not enough people with not enough power, under not enough of the right rules in terms of restrictions and how they can police them in real time.
Okay.
Too bad the House Speaker says it's dead on arrival in Congress. But the border agents, you see, what do they care about? Themselves being safe, keeping you safe. And what's the GOP primarily concerned with? Let's be honest. Their own safety in power. So Capitol Hill continues to play the game. And with that in action, localities are doing all kinds of stuff to deal with the flood of migrants.
Guys,
in New York City,
is that real video? And it's well, it's obvious. It's obviously real video footage, but I'm just absolutely astonished that it's happening like on a regular basis.
70,000 migrants have flooded in over the past year, straining local resources. Washington has been all but deaf to the needs,
right? Even
though the president is of the same party as the mayor, New York City Mayor Eric Adams, and the governor, Governor Kathy Hochul. So the mayor announced a new $53 million plan to give migrants prepaid meal cards. Adams says this is cheaper in the long run. Critics say, no, it isn't. You shouldn't be spending any of this money, and it's only going to encourage migrants to come to the Big Apple.
That's the reality. For the most part, when they were giving food out to the people, they were basically wasting it, right? I mean, I'm sure you guys seen all the videos of, the food being delivered to the migrants and the migrants being like, this is not like the food we had in our country, ew, and throwing it away, right? Like completely throwing food away that could be given to people who actually are hungry, I'm guessing. But that's not the case here. Would that be cheaper? Giving $53 million to migrants? Bro, what? Guys, this is craziness, guys. Yeah, if you throw that money in the air, people are going to come to catch it. The reality.
And taxpayers are going to have to pay for it, and they're going to wind up getting things that the taxpayers who are paying for it can't get. Let's debate. News Nation political contributor Chris Hahn from the Aggressive Progressive podcast, and the Republican minority leader of the New York City Council, Joseph Borelli. Joe, I haven't seen you in a minute. Thank you very much for coming on the new show here at News Nation. It's good to have you.
How you doing, Chris? Thank you.
And by the way, I like the matching domes on you two guys. It's the only thing that you guys share in common, by the way. All right, so Chris Hahn, I start with you.
We'll both gladly trade you.
No. This is Ferret. I had this paid for. I'll tell you where the guy is.
Okay.
So, Chris Hahn.
All right.
How do you justify paying this kind of money when there's so many and so much need who are citizens and taxpayers in New York City?
The best thing that ever happened in New York was letting people who come here from around the world do their own cooking. And you know what? If this is going to save the city even 10% of what they're spending right now to feed these families, then let's give it a try. Right now, it's only a pilot. We'll see if it works. If it works, expand it. Let these people have a little dignity. Look, it's not New York City's job to solve the migrant problem. It is the Congress's job, and they don't seem willing to do anything about it. So the city's got to take every step it can to feed these people and make them feel a little bit more comfortable while this gets sorted out in Washington.
Oh, what? Bro, I think he's just talking.
Borelli, you and I share being second generation in this country. We had grandparents who came here. They just did it a different way because the system was different. What do you make of this exercise in decency for the huddled masses that have found their way to our shores?
Look, the circumstances certainly were different. Certainly our ancestors from Italy, those from Ireland, those who are trying to come now from India, Pakistan, China, wherever you want to come from, most of the people who are trying to get into this country are trying to do it the legal and proper way. And unfortunately, to hear something like a $53 million proposal, this is only 500 migrant families, by the way, and we're supposed to be happy because somehow we've been so inefficient at taking care of these migrants. It's costing over $3 billion a year, that by saving a few dollars, the savings is $7 million potentially, we're supposed to be happy. Of course, this is just not a sustainable system.
Not at all.
I know that, Chris knows that, you know that. And unfortunately, things like this, which make the creature comforts for some of these migrants a little easier and a little better, are only going to lead to more migrants coming to New York City. We haven't seen a slowdown. We have 70,000 or so in our care today, and that's most of the people of the 140 who came in total.
Chris?
Go ahead.
People aren't coming to America for a $1,000 gift card. People are coming to America because they are fleeing atrocities. I, too, am a second generation from an immigrant family, Italians and Jews.
Guys, we already know the numbers here. Again, 8 out of 10 do not qualify for asylum. What is he talking about? Right? 8 out of 10 are not actually asylum seekers.
And I'll tell you, they didn't leave Europe because they were happy in Europe. They left Europe because there was a problem. They were fleeing the Nazis in Germany. They were fleeing the fascists from Sicily. And they came to this country.
Bro, migrant families receiving $1,000 per month. Guys, do you know how much some of these people were making? Like, he's being very dismissive here, right? Unfortunately, you guys don't see this man's face, but just keep this in mind here. Do you know how much money that is? Like, seriously, I mean, it's not a lot here, right? But just understand, do you know how much money that is to some of the people that are coming? Bro, that's craziness.
Country for a better life, same as these people are trying to do who are crossing our border now. A shame on our Congress for not acting over the last 40 years, quite frankly, to solve the problem. There have been solutions proposed. There was a 2013 bill that was a very good bill, far more progressive than this bill, and supported by people like Marco Rubio, who are now saying they won't support this bill, which is the most conservative border security.
I think what the problem is that if we were to listen to this guy right here that's speaking currently, we would be entering into a state in the sense that there is no border. The border would be completely open. Why would borders exist? Borders don't need to exist. That's the mentality that this man has in this instance here.
Centric immigration bill we've seen in 40 years. Look, we got to solve the problem. I get it. New York City shouldn't bear the burden by itself, but we can't just sit back and say people are going to come here for a $1,000 gift card. Trust me. They're not.
Hey, thank you for watching.
I hear both of the points, but the reality is that in my head at least, right? Again, this is all of my personal opinion here. My opinion is that if you offer money to some people that have never seen that amount of money, not at one time or etc., they're not used to making that amount of money, they're going to come. That's just the reality, right? I mean, but all right, listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly. Guys, before we go, are you guys subscribed to the other channels? Logical Movie Reviews with Mr. L. Boyd along with Mr. L. Boyd Music. Both are found in the description. Check it out.